Pretty well time-wise. I'll do another clump of weeds. Yeah, I just like to, kind of mess around with it a little bit, see if I can get some air in there before I attach it. Because this really does tend to stick together. Oh yeah, sometimes these things, they've got some weird brown, almost like a stick running through it, So, what do you want for $1.35?
Yeah.
I could
Get
a stick out of there.
Too much.
Point. There's your stick.
Too much fiber.
And you can do this with tweezers also. And I think in this case, see, I can hold it like that, and then flatten the bottom of it. Alright, now I'll take a little and if you wanted to do like a pond or a puddle or something, but you want to build up some, you can buy gloss gel medium, and you can build it up, for probably not more than about 1/8 of an inch thick.
Have you ever added paint to that? Try to put paint into the gel.
What's that?
Yeah. Say you want to make a muddy puddle.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever put some oil paint, brown oil paint into that?
Mix it.
Mix it up.
I actually no. I always use acrylic paint. Here, this is something went wrong here. Fell over. Okay, that might be good enough.
It's wet.
Okay, sometimes it's hit and miss. But after this starts to harden, I can probably tease it a little bit and move it around a little bit. But if I got some of the gel on the sides of the grass, you might want to just do it again, start over. Okay, I'm dying to pluck little things out of there, but I know.
Resistance.
Oh, let me make you some snow. This is coolest. There's mine. And this I'm going to do it kind of like oatmeal, For snow, I use the gloss medium. And I just put it right out of the bottle, make a little puddle. So I'll make 2 puddles. Turn that around towards you. I think I might add a little bit of water. A little more liquidy. But the rule is with these acrylic mediums, more than 25% water, they don't guarantee the clarity. They don't guarantee the transparency of it.
If you go more than 25%, does it affect the adhesive quality of it?
No.
Even though it affects the clarity?
No, you can make it really thin, and it still has a great adhesion.
But it wouldn't
Because
affect...
these materials are so lightweight. so small in volume. Make sure this is dry. So in one of the puddles, I'm going to put a very small amount of snow. And this one, I'm going to put mostly snow.
Do you know what the material is to snow is?
I have no idea. I mean, there are other products, and they call them glass beads.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of modelers use that, and it's very expensive.
You could be using just household sugar there, Paul. I know.
Well, it can't be sugar because it doesn't dissolve.
Yeah.
I've heard some people use baking soda.
Yeah, that stuff
Baking
turns yellow.
soda-
Yeah.
Yeah, baking soda can change color over time.
Probably that doesn't. Probably that.
Yeah, they have
That
no.
won't change.
I don't see any description of what this product is made with.
They don't want to give you the trade secret.
Yeah. Make your own.
Yeah.
Do you have any more purple testing for?
So let's see. Now I have to try mixing this together. Maybe I put too much in there. Yeah, this is going to look fine. When you mix it together, especially with a brush, I'm doing it too fast because I'm making bubbles. So let's say this is going to be my icy part, like slush or ice, melted snow, let's say. Do that around the outside. And I want to float this on. And I don't want there to be any bubbles. Maybe there's a better tool, like a coffee stirring stick or something like that. That's not bad. Okay, here's the periphery. It's going to look like ice or slush. Or better. Okay. Now this I have to mix together into something that's kind of like paste. I've probably gotten too much snow here. So I'm going to add a little bit more gloss. There we go. I'm going to put a little water in it too. It's kind of like mixing plaster, but you want it to be kind of thick. That looks pretty good. It's a good idea to, if you haven't used these things before, it's fun to cut up a piece of scrap wood and then make little tests of things. You can try things like that. I'm wetting my spoon just because that will prevent the adhesive from sticking to the spoon.
What is your open time with that Liquitex?
What's that?
What is the open time with that Liquitex? In other words, how long does it basically take it to set up and become non-workable?
I would say about 15 to 30 minutes.
Really? Okay.
I'm sure it depends kind of on the quantity.
Well, it would depend on
also.
how thin it is, I know, but I was
Yeah.
just curious. It does have a fairly decent open time to play around with it.
Yeah, you do have time to. It's, it's not like anything that's lacquer-based or anything like that.
Not like an epoxy or something like
Right,
that. It's 5
that's
minutes
right.
and bingo. It
No,
sets
no.
off and it's gone.
No, you definitely have. Okay, there's a nice texture right there for working with.
Kind of like cream of wheat.
Yeah,
What
cream
he
of
said,
wheat,
oatmeal
exactly.
or-
That'll at that. And I'm keeping my eye out for bubbles.
Yeah.
Put a nice big snowdrift in the middle there. This is exaggerating. I probably wouldn't do this much if I wanted to. There you go. The other thing you can do, if you want it like new fallen snow, and you want it to, like it has not been disturbed by footprints or something like that, you can give it a little spray, and it'll level right down, like you know, that type of thing. So when this is done, which will be about the time it takes for this water to evaporate, it will, in the center of it will be whiter and colder looking, and the edges of it will be a little grayish and a little transparent looking.
And you don't paint that, right?
No, in fact, that I don't think you can. I tried that one time when I first did this, and I thought, well, maybe I'll paint the edges kind of brownish, like a shadow color, or bluish, or something like that. And what happens is the paint travels through these things, and it looks like the world's smallest blue spider web or something. It makes these web-like, vein-like veins of color. So, no, you can't paint it at all. I mean, you might, I don't have an airbrush, so you might be able to airbrush it. But I wouldn't do it. I haven't been able to do it. It's a hit and miss, but what isn't? Whoops. It's gonna be clearer. Because you're looking at white color underneath it. If you put it over, like if you want something to look like ice covering it. Well, you can see it on these rocks. This is that glossy surface of rock, so it looks like wet rock. Where the snow might be starting to melt. The other trick I did with that, after I use white paint, and I'll go around and because the snow has some body to it, and I might not want to, it might look out of scale. So if I have like a root hair, you know, like bare branches that I'll make out of root hairs, but I want it to look like it's frosty, then I'll just use white acrylic paint for that. Go around and touch the tops of the tips of the smallest sticks and things like that. Okay. It's going to look just like snow one of these days. And ice.